What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Araceli and this is Araceli Chan DIY. And in my channel, you're gonna find tons of DIY inspiration and it's always gonna be on a budget. This was supposed to be our starter home, but by the time we outgrew it and needed a little extra space, home prices went up and they were ridiculous. If we were to buy a new home now, we'd get the same space for double or triple the price. And we're not gonna do that. So we decided to turn our dining room into a small room for my daughter. And we were quoted just under $6,000 for literally a partition wall and a pocket door. Instead, I created my own little sketch and recruited my brother to help us do this DIY home upgrade on a budget. Now, I really don't know why I thought it was going to be more complicated than it was, but it was actually pretty easy and it didn't take too long either. And I guess I'll say that because we did have help, although it was my brother's first time doing something like this as well. I will say that this was in 2021, so obviously prices change, but I think we did a really good job at staying under budget. We literally just needed like the 2x4s, a drywall, and insulation, even though the insulation was just for keeping the noise out a little bit more than anything, because it's like in the middle of the room, so it's not for like warmth or it didn't serve that purpose, so that was totally optional. If you have flat, boring walls, this is a really cheap way to transform them in just a few hours. Now, I needed to create texture to match my other walls, otherwise it's just going to be plain, right? All you're going to need are a few spray cans of wall texture and a knockdown knife, and then of course your primer and paint. But for my first time texturing, I think I really did a good job. So if you think you need to buy new baseboards, you don't. I was actually genuinely surprised to know how easy it was to take off baseboards from a wall. I feel like I get so intimidated by projects like this, and then I end up doing just fine. So if you want an easy baseboard upgrade, literally just take them off the wall, clean up any old caulk, cut them if you need to, and if I can cut them, you can cut them, trust me. And then I did just re-caulk them. I added little just nails, like the baseboard nails, I guess. And I don't have a nail gun, as you can see, so literally just use a hammer and then paint them and they are gonna look brand new. So don't buy new baseboards, just, redo them. So just to recap, we were quoted just under $6,000 just for a partition wall and then a pocket door in the corner of that room. And literally, I think from start to finish, we spent about $300 on just the wall, and that included the paint, primer, mud, all that good stuff. Now we still need a way to close up this space to make it feel like an actual room. And so I'll tell you guys right now, overall, we did spend about $1,200 on the entire room. That included all the hardware for the doors that we're gonna be putting up and everything. So, I mean, we saved a really good chunk of money. I would rather spend $1,200 than $6,000 for not even this much. Now, speaking of, we also got some doors. So if you're needing a space, or if you have a doorway or space that needs an actual door, this is a really budget-friendly way to get that done as well. So I got the bifold doors, I got the barn doors, and then also the hardware for them on Amazon, and I found, I think, some pretty good deals on this. Now, obviously, what you save in money, you spend in time, because it can be time-consuming, especially when you have to like put stuff together on your own. And I mean, I love the experience. I love learning new things. I love learning how to do new things, new projects around the house, because then I get more confident to continue doing them myself and not having to pay a professional unless I really need to. Sometimes you do have to bring in the pros, but if you don't have to, this is a really good way to gain some experience. Okay, now talk about a budget-friendly upgrade to your home workouts. I just got this YESOUL G1M Plus bike and it was super easy to set up and it's just as easy to use. Now you can connect through the YESOUL app for free and unlimited streaming or even screencast your favorite YouTube channels like mine and other streaming services. Now my favorite part is that I can stream Peloton classes without paying the price tag on the bike. This bike has great functionality, smooth settings, and it makes every workout feel fun and achievable, but yet it still challenges you. So if you're ready to enjoy fun cardio from the comfort of home, definitely check out YESOUL. Get yours now and don't forget to use my code Araceli10 for a discount linked in the description. Okay, one of the most budget-friendly home upgrades that you can do is just paint. Like paint your walls and the difference is so crazy and it's like super inexpensive. I mean, you just need like the hole fillers and paint and maybe some Dollar Tree DIYs. Okay, I think this has been one of my favorite DIY projects that I've done, and I still get questions about it. The video on this is like really old. I think I did this like 4 or 5 years ago. I lost track, but a while ago. And I think I only spent like $30 or so. I'm pretty sure. So I bought this tile primer. And I think it was like $11 or something for the bottle. I used the entire thing because I wanted to make sure that when I used my peel and stick flooring, it was gonna stay down. And I really like this peel and stick vinyl planks or whatever you want to call them. I love the wood grain on it. I love the color. Now I will tell you this much: the part that gets the most sun in the day, like right here on this part that I'm putting down, it did fade a little bit, but it has not come up. It's rained, we've had windstorms and all of that. And I feel like for the cost and for how long it's lasted, it has been one of the best budget-friendly home updates that I've ever done. Do you guys know how much doors cost? A lot. And I do not have the budget for a new door, so all I did here was take some soapy water and just cleaned off my front door. It was kind of grimy, a little dusty, but that's okay. And then I'm actually using some leftover paint. If you have leftover paint, use it because technically this project cost me $0. And then I also used some Dollar Tree chalkboard paint. Don't hate on it because it worked, right? Part of this door, like the very center of it, it was an actual window that you can see through. But I think over time, the previous owners painted it and then somebody else painted over that. So now I'm painting over it too. Voila, look at that. Some white and black paint totally transformed this and it was basically free. There I go with the paint again. And you know how I also save some money is instead of using like the correct paint tools on like paint trays, I'm actually using Dollar Tree baking pans because those work just fine. Even that plastic roll of plastic on the floor I got from Dollar Tree as well. Now here's the deal. COVID happened and then everything shut down, right? My boys were stuck at home and we were homeschooling and we didn't really have an area for them to kind of focus and do their homework. So I thought, okay, we have this really weird space in the new dining area where we can create a workspace for both of them. That way they can kind of feel like they're not stuck in their room or on the bed. And again, this was COVID time, so maybe prices changed, but overall for this project, I did spend about $150, and that was with that big board that I cut in 2 pieces. I bought some extra boards to create some shelves, and then this hardware is a little bit more on the spendy side just because it's a big piece, and then paint and all that good stuff. But overall, I think these look really great, and so if you're looking for a budget-friendly workspace or you don't have an office space and you just have like a wall somewhere where you can create this, here's a really good option for you. We completely gutted our kitchen. Okay, got new cabinets, new countertops and everything, but that's the way it looks without all the updates, right? So if you're looking for some budget-friendly upgrades or updates to your kitchen, some backsplash does wonders. And I got these tiles for really cheap. And I also got some inexpensive cabinet door pulls. I feel like I should have got some bigger ones, but these were a good price, so I was happy with them. Okay, and I'll tell you, not only is it inexpensive, it's so hassle-free. Like, I would do backsplash forever and ever like this without doing all the other messy work. I don't even know what you call the stuff that you put behind backsplash. What is it called? Mortar? I have no idea. But this just made it so much easier.
Hoping you wouldn't change me. Got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright, never cut it right, but somehow you make me change. Like I'm better off with you.
I remember one time when I had to mix grout and I didn't have the right tools. Like, this is when I first started doing these projects, and I literally had to use like one of the pieces from my mixers, from like a baking mixer. It was ridiculous. So this premix grout really saved me this time. What do I keep telling you? A little coat of paint makes such a difference. Our entire house was this really ugly yellow toned like shade. I hated it. It made everything look dark. But just, I think I use a cotton gray or something like that. But even with the lighting, like every wall looks kind of a little bit different. And so here we go again with some shelving. So if you are looking for storage space or just something to decorate, some wood, so like some inexpensive wood planks that you can cut. I buy like the 6-foot pieces, and again, this was like 2021 or something like that, so prices might be a little bit different. And then just reuse anything that you can. If you buy screws, obviously you're gonna have them forever and ever. Well, not forever. The stain I used for the desk, I used for these shelves, so I try to keep it like to where I matched it. But I mean, from beginning to end, I think overall I spent about $300 to upgrade, or not to upgrade, because like I said, I got new cabinets and I got new countertops, but like those extra upgrades to make my kitchen look a little bit nicer were about $300, and I think it made all the difference. And you don't have to do this to your peninsula, or if you have an island, but if you want to dress it up a little bit, these little panels were really inexpensive. And what I like about the hardware stores like Home Depot or Lowe's is that they will make cuts for you. Sometimes they'll do it for free, but other times they will charge you depending on how many you do and how big they are. So if you started out like me, I I use the hand tools. I use like literally a hand saw that you saw back and forth. I did crazy stuff with my DIY projects, but over time I started buying tools, and I have a collection of that. But for those that don't have like big saws that you can make big cuts with, again, that's a really good budget-friendly option that you can do, to save some money. Hey, did you know that if you have really ugly furniture, that you might be able to reupholster it? Yeah, that's what I did, because I was not about to spend $60 for one stool. At this point, I do have new ones now, but at this point, I did not have the budget. So I just took apart the old ugly stools that we had, and I was embarrassed to even show you guys what I did here, because they were so worn and disgusting. But I did have fabric laying around that I had bought for a different project. I actually had reupholstered a chair for my daughter's nursery way back in the day, and with the leftover I covered these chairs. So no need for new chairs, because these looked great after I finished them.
Hoping you wouldn't change me. Got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright, never cut it right, but somehow you make me change. You make me wanna do better. I don't know why. You make me wanna do better.
I always love looking back at my upgraded kitchen here, and all of these cool updates that I did for $300 was pretty awesome, right? So if you're anything like me and you like to ball on a budget, sometimes out of need and sometimes because you love the challenge, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some really good ideas on some DIY home upgrades that you can do on a budget. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Make sure you leave me a thumbs up, leave me any comments or questions down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!